Hello and welcome to another episode of Hessy and Maven. I'm Justin.
I'm Raven.
And on this week's episode, we are talking about food. But more specifically, we're talking about our last meals.
Like our death row last meal.
Like if this was the last meal we were going to eat before we died, this is what it would be. Mm-hmm. And more specifically, here's 5 of them, and we're going to rank them from number 5 to number 1.
Yeah. There's been some interesting death row meals in the past that people have chosen.
Oh, by actual murderers and stuff like that? Yeah, no, I was looking some up before. There's some wild ones. Do you have some off the top of your head, or do you have like a list?
Well, yeah, no, there was one guy, I can't remember his name, but he chose a single olive with the pit still in it.
Yep.
Because in his mind, when he was buried, the olive pit would grow into an olive tree.
Victor Feguer or something like that. Yeah. Was executed by hanging on March 15th, 1963. Chose a single olive with the pit. Mm-hmm. Really crazy.
I think Eileen Wuornos opted out of hers for a cup of black coffee.
She just got a cup of black coffee. Mm-hmm. Timothy McVeigh, responsible for the Oklahoma City bombing, got 2 pints of Ben & Jerry's mint chocolate chip ice cream.
That much ice cream like that makes me want to puke.
I mean, you're not going to have to clean up any of that.
Totally fair.
John Wayne Gacy.
He did it right.
Deep fried shrimp. I mean, for last meals, he did it right.
That's what I mean.
Everything else, terrible.
Yeah.
But no, I'm kidding. Deep fried shrimp, a bucket of KFC, French fries, and a pound of strawberries. Mm-hmm. Ted Bundy got a steak and eggs. Velma Barfield, a bag of cheese doodles, and a can of Coca-Cola.
Amazing.
Yeah, there's some interesting ones. Some people opt for like an entire meal. Teresa Lewis, who pled guilty for conspiring in the murders of her stepson and her husband. This is in 2010. She got fried chicken, sweet peas, Dr. Pepper, and a German chocolate cake.
I found one. Can I read it to you? It's Gary Carl Simmons Jr.
Okay.
He was executed in June of 2012 after he murdered a man named Jeffrey Wolf. His final meal was 2 Pizza Hut Supreme deep dish pizzas. This article was written in Australia, so it's different measurements. 2 kilograms of Parmesan cheese.
Wow.
10 cups of ranch dressing.
Okay.
230 grams of jalapeno nacho cheese.
Jeez.
100 grams of sliced jalapenos. 1.2 liters of cherry Coke. 2 large strawberry shakes. A liter of strawberry ice cream. And 1 family-sized bag of Doritos.
He got 2 strawberry milkshakes and
a liter of strawberry ice cream.
Goodness gracious.
And at the end it says that's almost 30,000 calories.
Well, you don't have to worry about burning them off, I guess.
And then one more. These I thought were just so interesting. Thomas Joseph Grasso, who was executed in March of 1995 for murdering 2 elderly people. His last meal: 24 steamed mussels, 24 steamed clams, a Burger King double cheeseburger, 6 barbecue spare ribs, 2 strawberry milkshakes. That seems to be popular.
I do love a strawberry milkshake.
Pumpkin pie with whipped cream and diced strawberries, and a can of SpaghettiOs with meatballs served at room temperature.
Jesus.
And it says, despite fulfilling his massive order almost perfectly, Grasso was one tough customer. In his final statement, he said, "I did not get my SpaghettiOs. I got spaghetti. I want the press to know this."
There you go. Let them know. Let them know.
Yeah, so I just thought that was really funny.
The idea that somebody would choose SpaghettiOs over actual spaghetti.
Served at room temperature.
Yeah, they're a psychopath.
Yeah, vom.
They're an actual killer. This person is sick in the head. And they need to be put down.
Yeah.
Wow, that's wild.
I know.
So yeah, we just decided it would be a fun idea to talk about our last meals. And it would just be like our favorite meals, and we're going to rank them. And I'm sure, like, in reality, if this was like real and for some reason I was on death row and they were like, "What do you want for your last meal?" I would do like a combination of different things that wouldn't necessarily go together.
Yeah.
But for the sake of this,
there's a little bit of theming.
We decided to do a little bit of theming and just kind of make things go together. So like you don't have two side dishes, for example, that totally clash with the entree and then like this random beverage. Like, I don't know. Mine all have like some sort of theming to just make everything make sense. And we're not really thinking about the mortality or the intensity of what a last meal truly represents. We're just having fun talking about our favorite food at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So, have fun with it, It felt like you were about to say something.
No, but I do have a question.
Okay, before we get into the question.
Okay.
So, all you listeners, first of all, give us 5 stars on whatever app you're listening to us on. Give us good reviews. We really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Also, we have a YouTube, a TikTok, an Instagram, Threads, and an email address. Hessy and Maven, one word. The email address is hessyandmaven@gmail.com. Follow us, subscribe, whatever the thing is. We would love to have your contribution in just your presence in all of our different social media platforms. That way, it will help us continue along our journey of growing Hessy and Maven bigger and bigger and bigger and doing more and more exciting things. And yeah, that would just be fantastic if you could do that. And then like the email address or any of the social media platforms, you can reach out to us. You can request different topic ideas. What else should we rank? What's your favorite last meal idea? Like all kinds of things. We want to hear from you. We want to, take in your input, and maybe that'll help us decide on a future episode. Raven, please silence your phone.
Goodness.
How unprofessional of you.
Gosh, I'm sorry.
I apologize, listeners. That was embarrassing. And also, just a shout out really quick to all the amazing women's soccer players who are just kicking butt over in New Zealand and Australia, where Raven and I are watching you.
We're having a great time.
Having a great time, except when one team absolutely bullies the other team, and that's not super fun to watch. I mean, I understand some teams are just better than other teams. That happens, right? But be nice about it.
God, please be nice.
Please be nice. Especially when we're watching and like one team we're just like so obsessed with because they just look so cute and they have like fun haircuts and just like we love a good floopy bowl cut. But anyway, yeah, so follow us on all of the fun things. YouTube, we have a lot of really cool content that is out. We have Hessy and Maven gaming series where I play a video game and I talk about crazy different true crime stuff for the month of July. I think in August I'm going to switch it up. I might still do it, but instead of talking about true crime, I might talk about something else, and I'm not really sure what. So let us know if there's a story that you want me to cover. Maybe a historical story. Maybe there's like a, hey, have you ever heard about this crazy scientist who did this? Like that might be a thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
Let me know. So that's why we need your input. We need your help in deciding what to talk about next.
Yeah.
This episode right here is episode 66. We've been doing this for over a year now, gang. So not all of those episodes were top 5s, of course, but I kind of like this and I want to kind of keep doing it for the foreseeable future. What should we rank next? Let us know. Email us. Comment on posts. Direct message us. Whatever it is. Also, if you're a listener of the podcast, I strongly advise you to head over to our YouTube. Again, Hessy and Maven, one word. And subscribe. The reason I need you guys to do that is because YouTube is the home of just dumpy boys, just like the dumbest teenage boys, and most of those teenage boys are in their 30s probably and are still dumpy and gross and just mean, and it's not that big of a deal. I love that they think that they can comment on a video that no one's gonna see their comment except for me, and I just report it and delete it. And it's like, okay, bud, yeah, you're no profile picture, 0 posts, 0 followers, you're really gonna get to me.
Yeah.
But Still, though, I want to help the ratio and just kind of like even out our followers to be maybe more women follow us. That would be great.
Yes.
More queer and trans and gay people. That'd be great.
Mm-hmm.
Things like that, you know? So give us a follow and check us out on YouTube. A lot of cool content, and we're going to keep trying new things. We're thinking about maybe doing some react videos where Raven and I will be in a YouTube video together. That's not just the podcast. But that means we need things to react to.
Yeah.
So send us, I don't know, TikToks or YouTubes or funny videos or something, and we can react to it.
Yes.
So that'll be perfect. Because if I find videos to react to, then either I will have to only watch the first 5 seconds and be like, this might be good.
Mm-hmm.
Or only Raven is truly reacting to the video and I'm just reacting to her reaction, and then it becomes an inception of reaction, which is not what we're going for. So anyway, let's get into the question, and then after that question, we'll get into the topic.
Okay. So this isn't really like a it's not an am I the asshole, and it's not like, I don't know. I just produced some interesting answers, and
Okay.
I would like to see kind of what you think.
All right.
Okay. The question is, what job could completely stop existing and the world would continue on like it never existed at all?
Oh, wow.
I know. Do you want me to read you some of the answers?
No, not yet.
Okay.
What job could stop existing and everything would move on?
Mm-hmm.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, it says most jobs have some kind of effect on the world, whether for entertainment, infrastructure, or convenience. Even influencers have an effect, even if mostly negative. But are there any jobs that literally nobody would notice if nobody was doing it?
Okay, in a literal sense and not like a figuratively, like you can get rid of journalists, get rid of politicians.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like that's what I'm thinking in my brain is just like getting rid of billionaires somehow.
Yeah.
Putting them all in a, I don't know, a sub. Sending them down to check out the Titanic, I guess. I'm just, you know, I'm just spitballing here, but okay, a job that people actually wouldn't notice.
Yeah.
Oh wow. I mean, there's a lot of jobs that I think people would notice eventually. I think for maybe a little bit of time, people wouldn't notice, and this is no shade to people who have that job. I need to be super clear. It's not that your job's not important. I can't think of a single job that actually no one would notice for like an extended period of time. Like a year goes by, people are going to notice, is my theory. But the first thing that came to mind is like window cleaners. Like the people who are in like scaffolding and like the things that you have to like hoist up on skyscrapers and like clean things like that. I don't think people would really notice. I think a lot of jobs aren't like so specific. Maybe like the people who fix potholes. I don't even think they exist now. Maybe somebody got rid of them because of this question. Yeah. And now we're just noticing. Yeah. Because who the hell is fixing the goddamn potholes? Not my tax money, not my toll money, New Jersey. I love you, New Jersey. I love you, Phil Murphy, but what the hell, man?
Yeah.
Geez, and it's so hard not to get cynical and be like, I don't know, guidance counselors. And it's not because they wouldn't notice. It's because we don't put that much funding into that anyway. And there's all the terrible things of bullying and this and that. And it's like, how much difference would it really make? Yeah. But that's me being really cynical and not being a literal answer. Gosh. Okay. Yeah. Those are window cleaner, I guess, is my most legit answer. And again, I think eventually you would notice because you'd be like, what the hell's on the outside of my window? I can't even see.
I know.
But like, you know, a couple weeks would go by probably first.
Some of the answers, someone wrote telemarketers.
Oh, wow. Yeah, get rid of them.
I know, like,
them. I hate them.
Then
so
someone
much.
commented and said, only then will we know peace.
Yeah, honestly.
MLM managers.
Yeah.
The people from high school who message you on Facebook.
Hey girlie.
Yep.
I know it's been a long time, but I like just like, I don't know. Have you heard of Beachbody?
Yeah.
because there's this crazy thing. It's called Shakeology, and it does taste like chalky dirt. But once you get over that, it's got all the vitamins and nutrients that you need.
Someone wrote the people outside of businesses who spin signs.
Oh. Mm-hmm. Oh, the spin sign.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I do know what you're talking about. I was picturing one of those like game show signs that's a circle, and you spin it, and you're like, do you want to win a prize?
They like,
but like, no, you're talking about like,
yes, there's a lot of those in Orlando. Car salesmen.
You don't think you would? Yeah, I don't know. I've only once been to a place to buy a car.
I've never done it.
Yeah, I've only done that once. But I think people would notice. There are people who buy cars.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's an interesting one.
Yeah. This one is region specific, but it says elevator attendants in Japan.
Oh.
I was surprised to see them a few months ago. I thought they were extinct already, LOL. Same with bathroom attendants. I've never been somewhere where there was a bathroom attendant.
Oh,
I've only heard about it like in shows and stand-up comedy.
I have. But only in like casinos or like really fancy hotels or something.
Excuse me.
Oh,
Jesus.
Let her rip.
Someone wrote paparazzi, which I don't agree with because magazines and websites that report on celebrities are very popular.
Oh, no, yeah. TMZ
I think you would notice.
Shut down.
Yeah.
I think, people would notice. It's hard because the question is worded in a way where it's like, you wouldn't notice. Not the world would be a better place.
Yeah.
Because I think you could get rid of paparazzi and, like, everything improves slightly.
Yeah, no, it's...
Like, there are so many little things that improve, but, yeah.
Yeah, the question is, you wouldn't notice if they were gone. Right. A lot of people wrote door-to-door sales.
Yeah.
Yep. A lot of people are writing real estate agents, which I don't really know because I've never bought a house.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think some of these are very like introspective where it's like I won't notice.
Yeah.
Because like I personally wouldn't really notice if paparazzi went away. I don't follow a ton of celebrity news and stuff. I would just like maybe after a little bit would notice like, man, I don't see as much random ads and dumb articles about how this actor's mad at this actor because of a role they chose.
Right.
Which, by the way, can I just really rant really so quickly, and then I think we should get into the topic.
Okay.
So, there's Tom Holland and Zendaya, right? Mm-hmm. And you know me, I'm not big on celebrity gossip or news.
But you love Tom Holland.
I love Tom Holland so much, and I also love Zendaya. Mm-hmm. But anyway, so they're together, right? They're a couple, and they keep their relationship like. Everyone knows that they're dating, but they keep their relationship fairly private. Like, they don't talk about it a ton. And Zendaya is coming out with I forget if it's a movie or a TV show or what the deal is, but there's that clip during the trailer where she kisses two boys.
Yes.
You know what I'm talking about? She's sitting on the bed, two boys. She kisses one, then
I
kisses
think I know
the
where
other.
you're going with this.
And then Tom Holland is in a show currently on Apple TV called The Crowded Room, mm-hmm. where it's based loosely off of Billy Mulligan, this guy who supposedly had 27 different personalities. He had DID, which used to be called split personality disorder. And so Tom Holland is playing all these different roles within himself because mm-hmm. he's like, quote unquote, different characters. Right. And one of his characters is a girl named Ariana. And there's a scene where it kind of flashes between Ariana, the female actress, and Tom Holland portraying as her. And they're both like wearing makeup. They're wearing the same clothes. And Tom Holland has his hair slicked back and stuff like that. To, mm-hmm. like, you know, he is fully in the mindset of Ariana.
Right.
And he like dances with this dude, and it's pretty provocative. He's like grinding on him and stuff like that. It's a very sensual dance.
Okay.
And then they go into the bathroom and they have sex.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I see the dumbest articles. You know, on Snapchat when you can see people's Snapchat stories, and then it has the little boxes full of like articles or like news or something stupid.
Yes.
I see the dumbest, most clickbaity gossip trash.
Mm-hmm.
It's one thing to be like, oh, hey, we think so-and-so is pregnant. Actually, no, I'd take that back. Even that is trashy as shit.
Mm-hmm.
Mind your own fucking business. Whether or not someone's pregnant. That is not your fucking business. But anyway, like, oh, this person broke up with this person.
Right.
I think that's trash, and I fuck you. That's not your business also. But like, okay, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you paparazzi caught pictures of so-and-so moving stuff out of the house. Like, okay, I guess. But this was just like a picture of Tom Holland, who he's like just like looking slightly upset in the photo, but there's no context to the photo whatsoever. And then the catch line is just, Tom Holland's heart is broken when Zendaya kisses two boys. And it's just like, then I saw another one that was like, Zendaya is furious at Tom Holland after this scene. Mm-hmm. Number one, they're both actors. Mm-hmm. They know full fucking well what they're doing. Number two, the trailer came out recently, and that TV show with that scene came out recently, but they were filmed probably months ago, if not even longer. Mm-hmm. The idea that it has just come to light is asinine. The whole thing pisses me off.
Yeah.
So much.
It's classic.
It is. It's gotcha like journalism, and it's like
stuff.
Tabloid, and it's just like the slimiest clickbaity bullshit. But it just like, it pisses me off because of the like how deep the lack of journalistic integrity went.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm so used to like Fox News and OAN and Breitbart being trash and like straight up intentionally lying to their listeners and viewers. But this was like, it was just so dumb to me, this whole thing. I was just like, I cannot fucking believe this. But I listened to a 2-hour documentary interview with Tom Holland, and he was talking about tabloids and stuff. And like he recently said he's going to step away from acting for a little bit and take a little break and work on himself. And the response from some of the tabloids was like, Tom Holland has a breakdown. He can't handle it. And it was just like, what?
Yeah.
He's like, so what you're doing is taking me being really healthy and self-aware and knowing that I need to take a break, which is the good thing to do. And you're twisting it into, I have to take a break because I'm da-da-da-da.
Yeah. And
it was like, it just, all people who suffer from some form of mental health are going to look at this and be like, now they get the wrong picture.
Yeah.
It's going to make people less likely to take that break when they need it, because look at how it's portrayed. And it was just like so frustrating. I hate stuff like that.
Yeah. Good job.
Yeah. Anyway, let's get into it.
Okay.
Our top 5 last meals.
Dun dun.
Dun dun dun. All right. Do you want to go first, or you want me to go first?
You can go first.
All right, I'll go first. Okay. So, here we go. I have a bunch of runner-ups also. If we have time, I'll run through them at the end, but it was just because, again, they didn't fit into my neat little categories and like themes and stuff. But in reality, if I was actually going to be put to death for some reason, which, you know, I wouldn't, because I wouldn't do anything that would deserve the death penalty, let alone get caught. My number 5 is, it starts with Korean barbecue. So I want pork belly. I want kimchi. I want like to put it all into little lettuce wraps and scrunch that up. That's so good. I want some crab rangoon with the sweet and sour sauce. I love crab rangoon. I'm a slut for crab rangoon. I want soup dumplings. I want pork buns. And then I also want the White Rabbit candies that we have downstairs, because they just bring me so much nostalgia and I love them so much. It's like almost like a piece of taffy. I think they're either like milk or cream flavored. I can't, which makes it sound gross. And that's coming from somebody who likes milk, but the idea of milk candy is wild. But they are so good, and they have a little bit of rice paper wrapped around it. I can't explain it. They're just so freaking good. And then last but not least, I put on the list Chinese donuts. You know what I'm talking
Chinese
about?
Buffet?
Yeah, Chinese buffet or
They're
like Chinese American
incredible.
food, like when you're ordering Chinese. They're so good. They're just like, they have the little sugar dusting on the
sugary.
outside. They're hot. They're fluffy on the inside, or borderline hollow almost.
Yeah.
Like, they're just very, very good. But yeah, I just pork belly. Pork belly. The idea of having like a lettuce wrap that has pork belly, which is like fatty and meaty, with the kimchi, which is spicy and soury and kind of all those different flavor notes on a lettuce wrap is freaking delicious. And it also brings up a lot of good memories of the one and only time I've ever been to a Korean barbecue with Andrew, Josh, and Steven, my boys from college, the jerks. And crab rangoon is all time one of my favorite foods of all time. I love it so freaking much. Soup dumplings, incredible. Have you ever had soup dumplings?
No.
Oh my God, Raven, they're so good. You would love it. And then pork buns. You know what I mean? The one that sometimes, and I'm with you, sometimes
I'm glad you're bringing this up because I was about to.
the bun to filling ratio isn't ideal, but sometimes the filling is so flavorful that it almost is like, okay. Goodness gracious. You just throw up in your mouth a little bit?
That's what I need in a bun. Like, the flavor has to be very intense. Otherwise, it's just a mouthful of squishy bread.
Yeah.
So,
No, I get it. I just, I love them so much. And like, honestly, you could have switched some of those. Like, the pork bun could be like a curry. I've seen that before, where it's like that Japanese style curry kind of inside of a bun. Those are freaking delicious. Soup dumplings, you could have switched with other kinds of dumplings or dim sum or something like that. You could have thrown some spot of, I almost put some sushi on this list also, and then I wasn't sure like how many things I should add to the list before eventually it's like, this is insane. But yeah,
that's your number 5.
That's my number 5. Sort of an eclectic tour around Eastern Asia.
Okay, very good.
Thank you.
My number 5 is a classic home meal.
Oh,
oven roasted chicken, stuffing, mashed potatoes, gravy, Dutch apple pie. Oh, the kind with the crumblies on the top. One of the only times in my life that I actually like the crumblies. With Cool Whip.
Cool Whip.
Yep. And a cup of coffee.
And a cup of coffee. Wow.
Yeah.
How do you prepare your coffee? What kind of coffee are you going for?
It'd probably be New England blueberry.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm talking about?
I know exactly what you're talking about.
With cream and sugar.
With cream and sugar? As opposed to creamer or something?
Yeah.
Interesting.
I like cream and sugar. I like some of the, when it stays crunchy on the bottom.
Okay.
I like that.
Interesting.
Yeah, it's just one of my like my favorite homey meals. I almost made that like a Thanksgiving meal, like oven roasted turkey, but I think I prefer oven roasted chicken. Yeah.
I hear that more and more these days.
Yeah.
About how people are like not crazy about turkey.
I like turkey.
Yeah.
It's just like it's not as often moist and juicy and delicious like chicken is.
Yeah.
Yeah. It has a tendency to be drier.
I understand that.
Yeah.
That's a good one though. Yeah, that's like a classic meal.
I don't know where they would get it from, but that's what I would want.
Yeah.
They'd have to come here and have mommy make it.
For sure. You want mom to make?
Well, where are they going to get that?
I'm just I mean, I guess in this scenario, I'm in the other side of death row.
Yeah.
Because the fact that you choose mom to make your mashed potatoes over me means that your mashed potatoes are going to taste exactly like biting into a potato. Whereas mine tastes like butter and cream.
I'm going to tell mommy that you fired these shots.
Let her know. She knows what's up. Tell Kate too. Your mashed potatoes taste like potatoes. Just potatoes. It's crazy. I don't understand. No seasoning, no, like you have to put a fat into it to. Anyway.
I don't know. I'm with Kurt on this one, where I enjoy the flavored powdered
you guys
potatoes.
Yeah. What is your deal?
I know.
That is wild to me. Okay.
I'm the trash man. Okay, what's your number 4?
Okay. My number 4 last meal. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
Chicken enchiladas covered in mole sauce.
Mm-hmm.
With some rice and beans. Like the refried beans and the orangey kind of rice that you get at like a Mexican spot. But the most important part is the mole. I don't even really care what's inside the enchiladas. It could be chicken, it could be beef, it could be chorizo. Like I thought about that a lot. All I care about is the mole. I just fucking... Have you had mole?
I don't even know what it is.
Oh, it's like the dark brown. It has a little bit of chocolate in it, and that's everyone just... All white people are like, it's got chocolate in it. It's got a little bit of cocoa in it. But it's like 12 to 25 different ingredients. Just a sauce. Like, you get enchiladas and you can usually get like a red sauce or a green sauce. Mole is the third and best option, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've never had it.
It is.
I don't eat Mexican food that often.
So fucking good. Oh, Spanish food. Spanish very broadly. Spanish speaking countries. Because, of course, I did some Googling last night and I was like, Spanish, baba. And it was like, here are the best things from Spain. And I was like, nah, not what I meant. I'm sorry that you fucking colonizers got all these. I can't talk. I'm white. But, like, it was just, I was like, no. I mean, Spanish speaking countries, like, what do I put? Do I put Latin desserts? Do I put not South American, Central American? Mexico is technically North American. It was all very confusing.
I think you'd have to specify on the country there.
I know, but I wasn't looking for a specific country.
Yeah.
I was just looking for, like, Spanish-speaking countries' food. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I don't care if it's from Guatemala or Guadalajara or Ecuador. I just wanted some vibes.
Yeah.
But anyway, chicken enchiladas with mole, a beef empanada, or 5, the rice and beans. And sometimes they do the thing where they do, and it has like shredded lettuce and like little radishes and some sour cream or creme fraiche or something like that on top with the little crumblies of Mexican cheese, like the cotija kind of cheese. Yes, please. And then I want a sangria soda. You're familiar?
Yep.
From Los Aztecas. Plus they have it in the grocery store sometimes. So it's like it's a Spanish brand. It is a dark purple. It supposedly tastes like sangria, but it's non-alcoholic and it's soda. And it is, oh my gosh, it is so good. So that kind of soda. And then for dessert, we finish it off with some churros and Mexican hot chocolate.
Very good.
Very good.
If I was sitting in the little room waiting for my last meal before like the electric chair and they put refried beans in front of me, I would just stand up and be like, let's just go. Just bring me to the chair.
Just finish it already.
The idea of refried beans, like my soul is dry heaving. I'm sorry to everyone who loves refried beans.
Yeah.
I can't eat beans. I can't get past them. I can't look at them.
I know you can't. I just love them, and I love them especially with rice, like so that I can like mix it. So that because I don't think I've had it like in burritos and tacos and stuff like that, but I don't think and like on a torta, but I don't think I've ever had refried beans where I've had a scoop of only refried beans. But I have done mixing it with rice and stuff, and now it's a jam, and I freaking love it. It's so good. It looks gross. Like it's not visually appealing.
Yeah.
But it tastes so
I think
good.
the reason I don't eat Mexican food that often or go to like cute like hole in the wall Mexican places is because I have such an aversion to beans. And I feel like it's very hard to avoid them.
I feel like people think that and then they never try, and then it just reinstitutionalizes this thought that everything is going to be covered in beans. And
well, that's like, what I feel like. And then I don't want to go in there and be like the white person who's like, can I have this, but without that, and can you just do this? And then they're gonna be like, ugh.
Most of it, beans in most places that I've been to, with the exception of certain dishes, like a torta is gonna have refried beans on it. But that's like the gigantic sandwich. It also has like lettuce and guacamole and meat and onions and a million things on it. It's like this massive sandwich the size of your head. With the exception of that, like when you get like a quesadilla or a burrito from like a more authentic place and not like Taco Bell or something, it usually doesn't have beans unless you ask for them. Sometimes like a giant burrito might, but like quesadillas, they're not going to have that in it, or tacos or something. They're not going to have beans on it. It's always, refried beans are always on the side.
The problem is if my quesadilla touches the beans, I can't eat it.
That's because you're a little baby.
I know.
I can't deal with that.
I know. I know. I'm a child.
You are.
That's why I just don't go, because they'll know I'm a child.
It's a terrible way to live, in fear of the bean.
I do live in fear of the bean. Okay, you ready for my number 4?
I can't with you, gringos. Please, por favor.
Okay. My number 4 is a pork roll, egg, and cheese on a toasted egg everything bagel from OWAB. A side of the roasted red potatoes from IHOP.
Okay, yeah.
Because I wanted to say home fries, but home fries come in so many shapes and sizes. What I want is the potatoes that are like little triangles.
Yeah.
That are seasoned, like you get them from IHOP. A large iced butter pecan iced coffee with cream and sugar from Dunkin'. So it's a New Jersey breakfast extravaganza.
I love that for you.
Yep.
Is that it? Just those?
That's it.
Wow, that's a small one.
I know. I don't love breakfast. I don't love breakfast foods. So
they like bring it to you and you're like, I mean, this is only my 4th on the list, but okay. I guess.
But
I don't love breakfast,
guys.
I love. Well, this is your last meal.
I love pork roll, egg, and cheese on a toasted egg everything from OWAB.
Yeah.
Love.
Oh, you meant like for the theme? Like trying to bring in the theme?
I wanted to
you
do
didn't
a breakfast
throw in any
theme.
pancakes, waffles?
I don't.
Toaster strudels?
I don't love those things.
Mm.
I like them. But if I'm going to get breakfast and I'm choosing between pancakes and waffles or the OWAB breakfast sandwich, I'm going with that.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just so good.
And you're not a cream cheese girly, right?
I do not like cream cheese. I will say, excuse me, there are times when I like flavored cream cheeses in moderation.
Right.
I like a little teeny bit of like strawberry cream cheese.
Right.
I do not like plain cream cheese. I don't understand when people put cream cheese on savory bagels. Like you and mommy and on like everything bagels with cream cheese. I don't understand that because in my head, cream cheese is sweet like cream cheese frosting. Oh. So I don't get it. What? I always prefer butter.
Crazy. But, okay. Yeah, that is wild. But yeah, because in my brain I was thinking of like a French, like for you, a French toast bagel.
If I had a toasted French toast bagel, I would probably only get cream cheese if it was like cinnamon cream cheese.
Interesting.
Yeah, otherwise
I like it with just normal cream cheese. I feel like it almost cuts the sweetness very slightly. Mm-hmm. Cream cheese can truly go both directions, sweet and savory.
I know.
Cream cheese is often an ingredient in savory things.
I know.
Buffalo chicken dip.
I don't
Crab
like
rangoon. Absolute blasphemy. I cannot believe we're related.
I know.
It astounds me. And it's so crazy too because you've gotten so much better when it comes to food and pickiness. Mm-hmm. Like fucking noodle head over here used to only eat buttered noodles, French fries, and chicken nuggies.
Yep.
And now you genuinely eat 1,000% more food, and then still are like, this quesadilla touched refried beans, and it's garbage.
Yeah.
Like that blows my mind.
I know.
Insane.
Yep, I know.
Wild. It is so wild. But yeah, there you go. Okay. So, on to number 3. Mm-hmm. Number 3 for me is my breakfast one. This is almost exactly what I would get It's going to sound like a shit ton of food.
Okay.
But it's almost exactly
what you get from Cracker Barrel.
What I get from Cracker Barrel.
Yeah, that's
the
what I thought
Country
you were
Boy
gonna say.
breakfast. Here it goes. Chicken fried steak, scrambled eggs with some hot sauce on it, hash brown casserole, pancakes, grits, biscuits and sausage gravy, and then I threw in blueberry coffee.
Yeah, it's the best.
I love
Don't knock it till you try it if you've never had blueberry coffee.
And if you're like, so I drink my coffee black, and it's just because of like years and years and years ago, I did like when I was working at a gym, I did a stupid cleanse thing for 21 days where it was like 0 sugar, 0 dairy. It was nuts. It was absolutely bananas. Like it was like the first 3 days of it, you genuinely feel like shit.
Yeah.
Like you feel sick almost. And like I was talking to personal trainers and like nutritionists who worked at the gym. I wasn't paying them. But they were like, yeah, that's normal.
Oh.
You're detoxing.
Yeah.
And it was just like, oh, I feel terrible. Like I feel like I'm sweaty. I'm like my skin is breaking out slightly. Like this is awful.
I felt that way when I first started hardcore paleo during when the pandemic started.
No, thank you.
It was very strange on my body to cut out like carbs, sugar. Like I only ate like meat, fruits, and vegetables, and my body was like, "Whoa,
what is this?" Yeah, no, I'm not a fan. But ever since, I am now fixed with black coffee. So now I just drink black coffee, and it's like I'm not an idiot. Like if I put cream and sugar in my coffee, yes, it does taste a little bit better, but it's not like that big of a deal to me now. I'm so used to black coffee that I just go for it. Blueberry coffee and other flavored coffee grounds like hazelnut or something like that, it gives you that little kick of sweetness, whereas black coffee doesn't.
Right.
And if that's a big change for you, like for me sometimes, every once in a while, like when you make blueberry coffee, or even like hazelnut coffee or vanilla coffee or something like that, where the grounds are the flavor as opposed to the creamer, it's almost too much for me. Like it's too much flavor. So then I like cutting it a little bit. So I'll do like 3/4 blueberry, 1/4 dark roast or medium roast. And that makes it so much better for me. But, yeah, chicken fried steak. I used to always get at IHOP. It's just a thin piece of cheap steak that they've like pound to be like extra tender. And then it's like fried. It's like breaded and fried. And it is so freaking good. And it's covered in like a white gravy that has a lot of black pepper in it, and it's so freaking good. And then scrambled eggs and hot sauce is just like, I just like mixing it with things. So I like having like a bite of steak with, and then like a little bit of scrambled eggs. And I love hot sauce, so it gives me this excuse to have hot sauce. Hash brown casserole is this weird thing that Cracker Barrel does, where it's just like potatoes, cheese, and like more cheese. It's just so freaking good. Pancakes. I love pancakes. Pancakes are delicious. They're so good. And at Cracker Barrel, they're always like the very edge of them are like crisp, and they give you like warm syrup. And if I could pick any syrup, it would be IHOP's butter pecan syrup.
Oh,
so fucking good.
Yep.
And then hold on. And then I don't often eat grits because we're from New Jersey and it just doesn't come up a ton. But when we're at Cracker Barrel, I love having them. I prefer them when they're like really creamy with like butter and cheese. And man, you do shrimp and grits. Oh boy. I know, Raven. I can't even talk to you about food because it's like, if I'm not saying white bread, you're such a power of the moon, Alice. And then biscuits and sausage gravy. I mean, come the fuck on. That is so goddamn good. It is delicious. And then blueberry coffee, just to round it out.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So good. And the pancakes would almost act as like my little dessert.
How do you rank pancakes, waffles, French toast?
Pancakes, French toast, waffles. From top to bottom. So pancakes are the best, then French toast, then waffles.
Interesting.
Yeah. And it's only because I mean, they're all good, but like waffles are whatever.
Alyssa and Josh both put French toast as number 1.
I mean, French toast is amazing,
and I put,
but only if it's like done at a breakfast place. If you're making these at home, pancakes, waffles, French toast. I don't need your regular just like dipping a stale piece of bread in an egg batter thing and covering it in cinnamon. That's boring as hell to me. But when you go to a place and they do it and it's like really high quality bread, like brioche or like challah bread or something like that, now you're talking. Have you ever seen the stuffed French toast with sweet cream cheese, baby?
I get that from IHOP.
Oh boy, it's so good. Yeah, I'm not a big fruit person, so it's hard because a lot of those dishes are like fruit. And strawberries, and I'm like ruined. I don't want it.
Oh yeah,
covered in a compote, and I'm like, compote this fist in your face.
I do love fruit and a fruit compote, but I will say on one of the flights I took recently, the breakfast I received was French toast with pineapple compote, and it was absolutely disgusting.
Oh wow, yeah, I couldn't do that.
Okay, my number 3.
Bring it on, come on.
This is my like Asian meal.
Okay.
Spicy tuna roll. Probably 2. A quart of plain lo mein.
Yep.
I love lo mein. I love bean sprouts, but everything else that comes with lo mein when you don't ask for plain lo mein can go. So I normally just ask for plain lo mein. Pork egg roll. Maybe 2.
Yeah.
And at least 3 mango mochis.
Oh, I've never had mochi.
It's incredible. If we should go to Bonji in Bayville.
Yeah.
Aaron Bloodgood's entire family has worked there before. And
discount.
They have incredible mochi.
Yeah.
They have, mango is my favorite flavor of mochi, but you can get mango, vanilla, chocolate, and red bean.
Red bean, that's
Yeah.
a classic
Yeah.
in a lot of Eastern Asian desserts, both in Korea, Chinese, Japanese. Yeah, I've seen red
But
bean.
I prefer the mango, and it is absolutely delicious, and I would have to end the meal with that.
I do love mango.
Yeah.
I do love mango. I want to, you know what's crazy though, is that I barely ever eat like fresh mango.
I don't like fresh mangoes.
I want to try it.
I think they're slimy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
that's a hot take on mangoes.
Okay.
But that's my number 3.
That's a good one.
Yeah, it's like my favorite Asian
That's your
stuff.
favorite sushi roll?
Spicy tuna roll. Yeah, I also like spicy California rolls. I think the only difference is spicy California rolls have avocado. And there is a roll that I get from Teresa's specifically that has eel that I also like.
Ooh,
it's called like the Wave Runner roll or something.
Yeah.
But spicy tuna roll is my fave.
For sure, yeah. It is really good. I do love a spicy tuna roll. I like a Philadelphia roll because I love cream cheese. So all day, every day. And I also love... it is a little annoying when like each sushi place names different random rolls, different things. Like the Wave Runner. Like if you go to a different sushi place and you're like, do you guys have a Wave Runner roll? They're going to be like, what? And then you're like, I don't remember everything that's in it. Never mind.
There's always like a dragon roll.
There's some that go to all of them. But then every once in a while, like there's one sushi place near us that has a sweet 16 roll. Whatever the fuck.
I think that's Teresa's.
It might be Teresa's. Because that's usually where we get sushi when we do. I fucking love the sweet 16 roll. But I can't always remember everything that's in it. I know that it has some spicy tuna. I know that I think it has cream cheese. It's topped with like, I think spicy crab. And it has like some crunchy flakes and spicy mayo and all these different things. I fucking love it.
You do have to remember what's in it if you're going to
it has shrimp tempura too.
If you're going to different sushi places.
Yeah, I remember having shrimp tempura because the one end of the roll, I have to like hold on to the shrimp tail and then eat the whole thing.
Before I liked sushi, the only sushi that I would get from Bonji when I would go with Tony and Aaron was chicken tempura because it's literally just like chicken fingers wrapped in rice.
Yeah.
And I will never forget the one time when I went to college in Oswego, me and like all the people I became friends with from my floor, we went to a sushi place And I remember like crying because I only like chicken tempura. And they were all like really like hip and into sushi. And I saw it on the menu and I was like, great, chicken tempura. I'm going to have that. And when it came, it was like tentacles is what it looked like. Like it was like long, like fried chicken tentacles. And I was like, so like, what is this? This is not Bonji's chicken tempura rolls. And I like nibbled on it for a little bit and just like gave up because I was like, I don't understand why this is tentacles.
I'm just going to order Domino's when we get home. I'm just going to get Domino's.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's really funny.
What's your number 2?
All right. My number 2.
The runner-up.
We're going down south.
Okay.
I want as many baby back ribs as I'm legally allowed to have.
Interesting.
I want mac and cheese. I want mashed potatoes. I want cornbread. I want an Arnold Palmer iced tea and lemonade. And I want pecan pie with a scoop of ice cream on top.
That is your jam.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I love ribs. I don't get it very often. And when I do, it's usually from places that it's like, okay.
Yeah.
Like Boston Market, I'm getting ribs. And it's just because they have them. And it's because every time, or like Applebee's or something where it's like, yeah, I know that Chili's has a cool song about it, but like, it's still a chain restaurant. I'm still not expecting a ton. And if you order from an actual barbecue place, it's so expensive to get a full rack of ribs. So then I never do.
Yeah.
And it just kills my soul because I want the soul food.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Absolutely kills me. And I want it so goddamn
I never get
bad.
ribs either. And like the only time I feel like I ever eat ribs is if I'm somewhere where there's a buffet and they have like a tray of ribs, then I'll pick up like a couple.
Yeah.
But I never order ribs. Normally because I feel like they're too expensive.
That's usually what it is. I love ribs. Even when I order, it's not the same by any means. It's cooked so differently. But like even when we order Chinese food, I always get boneless ribs. And then that's usually like my go-to thing these days because I'm just like, it's easy, it's fast. I don't even have to look at the menu. It's just like, hey, give me an order of boneless ribs. Get me a white rice and crab rangoon. And I'm going to combine it and then eat the crab rangoon and I'm going to be happy as a clam. But, yeah, I love Southern food. I love barbecue and stuff like that. So it's like, again, if this was actually my last meal, I would push them for as much as I could get. Could I also get a pulled pork sandwich with coleslaw on it? Could I also get some brisket? Could I also get like, you know what I mean? Like I would go ham. And I would
imagine
get
if
so
they got
much.
you the shitty pecan pie like from ShopRite.
Yuck,
And
disgusting.
it wasn't even good.
I would. Hey, do you have any final words? I just want you to know, like that guy. I just want you to know that I asked for legit pecan pie and they gave me ShopRite brand and it was garbage.
I want the public to know.
All right, shoot me up. I want the public to know that this prison did not treat me well. I had one request. I know that I murdered all those people, but I had one request.
Okay. Are you ready for my number 2?
Hold on, I'm not done talking about pecan pie.
Oh, God, okay.
I love pecan pie so much, gang. No, I'm just kidding. I really do, though. And this was my way to also work ice cream onto my lists because I fucking love ice cream. And I was... Honestly, you could do vanilla. I would prefer... I've never done it before, but man, put a scoop of freaking coffee ice cream. Haagen-Dazs, coffee ice cream. Scoopy that onto my pecan pie. That would be freaking amazing.
I bet that would be good. Those
Hell
flavors
yeah.
go well together.
That's what I'm thinking.
I like vanilla bean with the specks.
Vanilla bean with the specks is important.
Yeah.
It's important that you see the specks.
Yeah.
It's like when people get mint ice cream and it's white.
Oh, yeah.
And you're like, what the hell's wrong with you?
Yeah.
How dare you? Anyway, that's my number 2 runner-up. It's pretty much barbecue.
Barbecue night.
And I love mac and cheese. But it has to be like good mac and cheese. Because I've done mac and cheese from a couple of places that I've ordered from. And it's like, okay. I need it to be creamy and good and saucy in like a cheesy way. I need it to be awesome.
Mac and cheese is another thing people love that I don't like.
I know. I can't even talk to you about it. But and I need the noodles to not be overcooked.
Yeah, you hate that.
That's important. It's just it's child's play. Take them out when they're al dente because they're going to continue cooking when you pour molten hot cheese on them. You fool. What am I doing? I'm eating mush. Drives me nuts. Kate. Fucking Kate.
Shots fired ×2.
Yeah, well, fucking pay attention to your boiling pot of pasta.
You can't make me. Okay, are you ready for my number 2?
Yes.
Are you done talking about pecan pie?
I'm done.
Okay. My number 2, we're going to the fair. Mm-hmm. My number 2 is a fair
Corn
meal.
dogs. No, I'm kidding.
Absolutely
That's the one
not.
thing you wouldn't get from the fair.
A giant thing in a little picnic basket with the crinkly paper of hot French fries. Hot, salty, delicious French fries. Nachos. Lots of meat and cheese and nothing else. Maybe pico de gallo. Kettle corn. Freshly made kettle corn. Delish. Caramel apple. One of my all-time favorite things on planet Earth is a caramel apple. Cotton candy. Controversial. A lot of people don't like cotton candy. I love cotton candy. I love that it melts in your mouth and it's like air that tastes delicious. Shaved ice. One of my favorite things they used to have at Blackbeard's when it was actually alive and I would go there is they had a Hawaiian shaved ice thing and I used to love it. It was so good. And wrap it all up with a lemonade. A giant ice cold lemonade.
Yeah.
Yep. I love fair food.
That's good stuff. That's good stuff.
Don't love
funnel cake?
Funnel cake.
That's what?
I know. Our whole family used to get funnel cake.
Every time
Six
we would
Flags.
leave Six Flags on the way out.
You would all get funnel cake, and I don't like funnel cake. It just, to me, was like an unfrosted donut that I didn't want. It was just fried dough with powdered sugar, and I just wasn't interested. I know.
But cotton candy.
Cotton candy is delicious.
Cotton candy. The whisper of the candy world.
Yes. I love it.
Where it literally goes, sugar. Garbage.
Candy.
I get that opinion pisses me off, Raven.
I love
It pisses
cotton
me
candy.
right off. Oh, I can't believe you.
The most important thing on this menu
Strawberry.
is the French fries and the caramel apple. Those are my 2 favorite things to get at the fair.
Yeah, that is huge.
Yeah.
Nachos are
a
also
fair
awesome.
feast.
I really do love nachos.
I was
Nachos.
thinking, go ahead.
My only beef with nachos is when all of the shit is on top, and then like pretty quickly you're like, oh, now I'm just eating chips.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
But other than that,
I was trying to think of what else you get at like the Ocean County Fair. Like what foods do you eat? Because I don't like corn dogs. I really think I only get like chicken fingers and French fries.
yeah, there's like the normal things. Like you could probably get hamburgers, hot dogs, corn dogs, chicken fingers, and French fries kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Other than that, I can't think of any really specific like stereotypical fair food that isn't at like a food festival.
I don't like fried Oreos. Well, here.
Oh, there's
actually,
that chip thing.
Oh,
with the crazy
yes,
chips and everything.
I do like
the
those.
boardwalk chips or whatever they're called. Those are, I mean, they are really good. Yeah.
Can I tell you my problem with stuff
or the
like
tornado thing?
Yes.
Whatever it's called, where it's like a potato that's been spiraled. And
yes.
Is on a stick.
I do like those. Can I tell you my issue with things like fried Oreo or fried Mars bar, fried Three Musketeers or whatever?
Yes. Lay it on me.
Here's my problem.
Mm-hmm.
If I'm at like a winter festival where it's cold and I'm bundled up and someone gives me a fried Oreo, I'm like, hell fucking yeah. Hot, delicious, chocolatey, sweet.
Yeah.
If I'm at the Ocean County Fair in July and it's 98 degrees outside and there's sweat pouring into my eyeballs and you want me to eat a fried Oreo, get the fuck out of here. Get that out of my face. It's hot and greasy and disgusting and I'm sweating.
Yep.
That's an issue I have with fried food.
Yeah.
I don't want it when it's hot outside.
No, yeah, it's
like,
one thing to take it inside and then be
if I'm in the air conditioning, yeah, totally different.
No, I totally get that.
With the exception of French fries.
That's why I don't like going to the fair.
365.
I don't want to go to the fair. It's fucking hot. I want to stay inside.
Yeah.
I just hate summer. I'm such a
summer too.
hermit.
I do love
curmudgeon.
the fair, but I also hate summer.
I mean, I guess I like a fair if it's in the fall. Show me a fall festival, winter festival, snow lights, some shit like that. I'm down to clown. But like most festivals are in the summer where they're like, the sun's out, ladies and gentlemen, and there's a million food trucks that you have to wait in line for. And as you listen to this cover band of Bon Jovi, and I'm like, oh, murder me.
Yeah.
Oh, just murder me, please. I don't want to do that.
Are.
The food sounds good. No thank you to the rest.
Yeah. Yeah, that's my number 2.
Number 2 was fair food. That's crazy that it was that high on your list, too. Wow.
I love fair food. It's just a feast of junk food of everything I
know.
Eat.
I'm just, compared to the other foods, I'm surprised that it's that high.
Yeah.
Interesting. Okay. Well, now.
You're number 1.
I've technically already danced around this particular theme before, but it's got so many foods that I want that I'm coming back to Spanish food. My number 1 is street tacos. I want as many kind as they'll give me. I want a chorizo one. I want a carne asada one. I want carnitas, whatever. But most importantly is to get the tongue taco.
Okay.
Tacos de lengua, baby. I want it. It is so fucking good. It's so tender and it melts in your mouth. It's tongue on tongue action. I love it so much. And I want the little street tacos. So normally it's like 2 little tiny, normally corn tortillas, and then it's whatever the meat is, and then like some cilantro and some raw onion usually, and then it comes with a bunch of different salsas, and you can get green salsa and red salsa and super spicy salsa or something, and then you just pour it on, and it's so fucking good. And I want as many of those as I'm legally allowed to have. And then I want street corn. I want the elote. So I want a corn on the cob with the like mayonnaise sour cream mixture, with a bunch of seasonings and spices and stuff like that, covered in the cotija cheese, and I'm just gonna eat that all up, and usually lime juice also. And then I want 15 million tamales. I want all the tamales. I want different kinds of tamales. They make mole tamales too, but I'll even just take the cheese ones. It's got some kind of cheese in it. I don't know if it's cotija cheese or what kind of cheese it is, Oaxacan cheese, but it is like squeaky. Okay. It's so interesting. Like when you bite into it in your ear, you can like hear a squeak.
Okay.
It's like cheese curds from Wisconsin. Anyway, it's not important. And then just a small trip over to Puerto Rico for a really specific Puerto Rican dish. I think it's Puerto Rican. Please correct me if I'm wrong. But carnitas and mofongo. Have you ever had mofongo?
No, I watched you eat it one time in Orlando.
It is so fucking good.
Yeah.
It is just like, the easiest way I can explain it to white people is that it's like mashed potatoes, but instead of a potato, you use plantains. And it's just more flavorful and amazing, and it's always chunky because plantains are totally different than actual potatoes, but they're both starches, so that's how I describe it. And then carnitas is just like a slow roasted pulled pork shoulder kind of thing, but it's so fucking good. You could also substitute that with like barbacoa. I would fuck up some barbacoa on my last meal. And then I'm going to wash it all down with a pineapple soda because I love it. Maybe I'll rim the glass with a little bit of tahini just to get a little fancy with it. Or maybe like some tamarind sauce, or like a drizzle of tamarind around the inside walls of the glass just to get real fancy and make like a little mocktail. And then you know what we're finishing off with. You know what we're going to have for dessert. If you know anything about me, you know that my favorite dessert of all time, tres leches. I love fucking tres leches. I love it so goddamn much. Yeah. I want tres leches all day, every day. Jokers. I love it so much. It is the best dessert of all time, especially for somebody like me who drinks milk. I love milk. You're telling me a cake has 3 milks? Bring it on, come on. Yeah. I want it. I made it myself one time. It came out amazing. And lucky for me, no one in the house really likes it. So that was just an entire fucking tres leches cake for me. And it was so fucking good. I crushed it. I did so well. I can't bake bread for shit. I've tried to make rolls. I've tried to make bread and all different kinds of stuff. I cannot fuck with it. I can make bagels and I can make sweets, but I cannot fucking bake bread. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I'm following the instructions exactly. I'm not even using like a cup of this. I'm measuring it out. 100 grams of this. I have a scale and everything. Cannot fucking figure it out. But a tres leches cake, I can make a tres leches cake, no problem. With all the different kinds of milks and stuff. Oh my god, it's so fucking good.
You are in your heart a leche.
I am. I'm one of the leches.
Yeah. Very good.
I'm white and I'm sweet.
That's a very you meal.
Yeah, that's my favorite. It's just like the reason that this was so high. This was actually the first one I wrote. Like that's how confident I was that this was number one. Was just because, like, you know me, I'm not a big birthday person, right? Every year on my birthday, it's like my excuse to be like, I don't want to go out. I don't want to necessarily like do a party or anything. That's not me. I just want to be given the permission to order as much Mexican food as I can. I want tamales. I want elote. I want empanadas. I want as much like kind of specifically like Central American and Mexican food. So like Puerto Rico, Cuba, Mexico, like those are the three specialties, and that's it. A lot of that is just like exposure. Like that's just like what I'm used to in our neck of the woods kind of thing. Like of course you see other things too. There's plenty of like El Salvadorian food and like different things, and like I guarantee that I would fuck with just about anything. But those are my vibes.
Good.
For sure. I love it so much. I love Spanish food. It's so fucking good.
You'll be extra farty when you go to the electric chair.
Well, that's what they get for killing me.
Yeah.
That's what they get for framing me. How dare you, Rebecca Smith?
Shots fired times 3.
She's the real killer. Killed her husband. Blamed it on me. How dare you?
Poison?
That's what she claims.
Okay. Are you ready for my number one?
I'm ready for your number one. And I am... Oh. I know what hasn't come up. I know one part of it. Here, I'm going to write it down.
Okay. Olive, please.
Because I want you to say it, but... All right, so I wrote down one part of it.
Okay.
And if I get it right, we'll see.
Okay. This is my number one meal. This is what I would probably ask for. A 22-ounce porterhouse. Yep.
Nailed it.
A 22-ounce porterhouse, cooked rare. Rare. Not medium rare. Rare.
Rare.
French fries.
French fries have made your list a couple times.
Yep. French fries. Garlic mashed potatoes. Kiwi lemonade.
Ooh.
My favorite drink from Applebee's.
Oh, you're right. They used to have that. We used to get it all the time.
They still have it. It's the only restaurant that has it.
Oh, wow.
Yep. It's the only restaurant that I can find it, rather.
Yeah.
I love steak.
I
love steak so much. I never am upset when I get steak.
Yeah. No, it's always good.
I love any chance I have to get steak, I will probably be getting it. Excuse me, because I don't go to steakhouses that often. I will say there are a lot of times when I go on my excursions, when I go out by myself and I shop around, that I go to BJ's outside of the mall and I sit down and I have a ribeye. Alone.
Yeah. Hey, sometimes you got to eat a ribeye by yourself.
It's one of my favorite things to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it.
It is good. I thought you were going to say some kind of steak or something, even downstairs when you were like running out of things.
Yeah.
I didn't want to give you ideas. I wanted you to come up with them on your own, but I was like, think of different meals that you love or think of the first thing and then build it around that. And in my head, I was thinking of the prime rib that we do for holidays these days.
Love prime rib. Love porterhouse. Love ribeye. I just want the biggest steak possible. Nothing makes me more upset than when it's a teeny steak and you eat
finish
it and I want more.
Filet mignon is overrated.
Yeah. It's too small.
So overrated.
Yeah.
Is it a good cut of steak? Sure. For a baby.
Yeah. It's too small.
It's not enough.
No.
It's not enough. What am I, a hamster?
Yeah.
Give me the porterhouse, baby.
Mm-hmm. It's not enough. I want the 22-ounce porterhouse. French fries are my all-time favorite food, no matter how old I get, no matter where I am in life. I love French fries.
Yeah, they're good.
The other day, I ate alone at Cool Beans.
Oh, really?
And I let the waiter talk me into getting tater tots instead of French fries. And the whole time I was eating it, I was like, why did I do this?
Interesting.
Why did I do this? I don't want tater tots. I want French fries. I like tater tots. I wanted French fries. And he talked me out of it, and I was upset.
It's just different.
It's different. I love a double starch.
Oh,
I get that from Daddy. We have mashed potato sandwiches. I dip my French fries into mashed potatoes. It's one of my guilty pleasures. I love it so much.
Big time, yeah. No.
Kiwi lemonade is delicious. And then for dessert, mango makes its second appearance. The mango key lime cheesecake from Cheesecake Factory.
Ooh.
Just to give this a clean finish.
Yeah.
You know, because it's heavy flavors. It's like a meat and potatoes.
Literally, yeah.
And then mango key lime cheesecake.
Soften it up a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Lighten it out. Okay.
Yep.
That's
it would
good.
be so good.
That's really good.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. Sign me up for steak and potatoes. I'm a caveman.
Paleo.
Yep.
I love that. I love that for us.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, if you're listening to this or watching this on YouTube, comment below. Email us at hessyandmaven@gmail.com. Let us know your last meal. What is your... And again, let's not get morbid about it. You're not actually on death row, right? Just tell us your favorite meal. If you had to have one last meal, that's the whole point of it. What would it be? I want to hear about the entree, the sides, the dessert, the drink. I want to know all of it. That's going to fall, and it's falling. And you won't pick it up. Remember the time that you had to move the cat food because Olive was going to eat it, and you spilled all of it, and you went, I'll pick that up. You fucking didn't. You didn't pick it up. I can't even look at you right now. I'm gonna fucking spill refried beans in your room, but I'll pick it up. Absolute asshole. I love you so much. No. Here's some quick runner-ups that I just couldn't figure out themes or anything. And I could have if I forced it, but I didn't want to force it. So, Jamaican beef patty. I'm fucking obsessed with Jamaican beef patties, but I want them to be as spicy as possible. Samosas from Indian food. I like the vegetarian ones, actually. I don't want meat in them. I just want it to be potatoes and curries and and peas and stuff. And so good. A pastrami sandwich, a hot pastrami sandwich. I am obsessed. I love them so much. Pork roll and cheese on an everything bagel. And crab dip grilled cheese.
Oh, from that place in Maryland?
Yeah, it's a Maryland thing. So, crab dip, which is cream cheese. And it's crab meat and cheeses and stuff like that. And then you just put that on a grilled cheese, and it's fucking incredible. And then a black cherry and vanilla gelati from Rita's.
Yeah.
I love it so
That's nostalgic.
much. Yeah, it's so good. I haven't had Rita's in a lifetime.
Neither.
But thanks so much for listening. Again, give this podcast 5 stars, please. And also... find us on all of the different social media things. We're out there. Most of the time, it's Hessy and Maven, one word. Almost all the times. Actually, let me think about it. All the times. It is Hessy and Maven, one word. Raven trying to throw me off. It won't work. So, again, do that. Thanks so much. Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Hessy and Maven. Tune in next time where we talk about something else. Bye.